Have you ever noticed how some people say sorry for things that don't even require an apology? They bump into a chair and whisper, "Sorry." They ask a question and apologize for bothering. They speak their mind and end with, "Sorry," if that makes no sense. On the surface, it looks polite, gentle, humble. But behind those small apologies often sits a much bigger story. For many people, over-apologizing isn't a habit. It's a survival strategy they learned long before adulthood. A way of shrinking themselves to make others more comfortable. A way of saying, "Please don't be upset with me. Please don't leave." It often begins in childhood. Maybe they grew up in a home where emotions were unpredictable, where one wrong tone, one small mistake, one spilled glass could trigger disappointment or anger. So they learned to stay small, to soften their presence, to become easy to love by being easy to handle. Psychologists call this people-pleasing as self-protection. When a child associates conflict with danger, the nervous system rewires. If I apologize first, no one gets hurt. The goal stops being truth or expression and becomes safety. So as adults, they apologize not because they're always at fault, but because their mind believes being at fault is safer than being a burden. But here's the part most people don't see. Excessive apologizers are often some of the kindest souls. The ones who think twice before speaking. The ones who replay conversations at night, analyzing every word, making sure they didn't accidentally hurt someone. They often carry a heart that cares so deeply it bends, even when it shouldn't have to. They're the ones who notice tone, silence, and shifts in energy that others ignore. They don't apologize to manipulate. They apologize because they care. Deeply. Sometimes too deeply. But over time, constant apologizing does something quiet and damaging. It slowly convinces the mind that existing itself requires permission, that asking for help is inconvenience, that taking up space is wrong. Sorry for talking too much. Sorry for needing a minute. Sorry for feeling this way. But feelings don't require apologies. Humanity doesn't require apologies. You are allowed to feel, to need, to exist without shrinking. There's a moment many over-apologizers eventually face. A moment of stillness where they ask themselves, why am I saying sorry for being human? And that moment becomes the beginning of unlearning. Because the truth is, there is a difference between politeness and self-erasure, between acknowledging harm and assuming you're always the problem. Real kindness doesn't require you to vanish. Healing doesn't mean becoming blunt or careless. It means learning a new language, replacing "sorry I'm late" with "thank you for waiting," replacing "sorry for venting" with "thank you for listening," replacing "sorry for being emotional" with "I'm allowed to feel this." It means shifting from shame to gratitude, from fear to self-respect, from apologizing for existing to honoring your own heart. And here's something important. People who apologize too much don't need to toughen up. They don't need to become louder or harsher. They simply need to learn that their presence isn't a burden. That love shouldn't have to be earned through silence and smoothness. Imagine if the people who apologize too much realize their empathy is not weakness. It's emotional intelligence. It's awareness. It's sensitivity turned into care. The world needs that softness, but not at the cost of their own self-worth. But that care deserves direction inward too. Kindness that never reaches you eventually becomes exhaustion. If this is you, hear this gently. You don't owe the world an apology for existing. You are allowed to take up space, to speak with confidence, to ask for what you need, to make mistakes, to be seen without shrinking. You don't have to apologize for having a voice or being human. Your worth is not measured by how little trouble you cause, but by the humanity you carry. So the next time an unnecessary apology rises to your lips, pause, breathe, and try a different sentence, one that honors you, not hides you. Because the goal isn't to stop being kind. It's to stop thinking kindness requires self-sacrifice. You can be gentle without disappearing. You can be caring without constantly saying sorry. One day, you look back and realize that the moment you stopped apologizing for your existence was the moment you finally began to live it. And life becomes softer, clearer, and more honest when you no longer treat your presence like a burden,